Yes, I'm streaming in daytime now.
Did you get used? Did you get used seeing me in the night? Well, barely seeing me. I had to switch the way my table was just for this. I had to switch. Ah.
So is Darwin Núñez a failure? I guess we'll never know.
Major signing after Julian Ward took the reins from Michael Edwards as the club's sporting director, Darwin Núñez's £67.5 million arrival at Anfield was greeted with an unusual amount of
67. And Haaland was what, 80? No, he was less. Haaland was 70 something. So, if they just added a few more, Manchester City and Haaland already agreed before the start of the summer window, so I get that. That's why most teams didn't even try to, let alone bother even bid for him. But I mean, this guy isn't bad. Yes, he's got 2 goals and one stupid red card. But I mean, he just doesn't fit Liverpool's system. This guy fits Manchester City system, just as Haaland wouldn't fit in Liverpool's system. Liverpool, even though they want to refuse it, if there are any Liverpool fans here, you might want to refuse this, but wait, there's no one here. As much as you're going to refuse this, it's true. You guys don't necessarily play football that needs a target man or a 6'1" or 6'2" striker. That's why Bobby Firmino is still there. That's why most of your goals come from the wing. You play in a false 9 system. So I don't get why you bought him. Were you intimidated that all these other teams are spending big money? I thought you were supposed to be the reasonable one that doesn't spend more than 40 million on a player. So why did you do this? Is this peer pressure? I don't understand Núñez's signing. Núñez shouldn't have left Benfica, and he shouldn't have come to Liverpool. Liverpool and Núñez is like, it's also bad. It's Lebad. It's Lebad. Oh wait, why am I doing this without my mic? The whole stream's dead. Yes, so Liverpool. I'm using a microphone that hello. This is losing. I'm putting this in my mouth like a dick. No, let's just watch. No.
intrigue after seeing club legend Sadio Mane leave for Bayern Munich and having lost out on €100 million Aurelien Tchouameni to Real Madrid. The fact that the Reds decided to use up the bulk of their summer budgets and sign Núñez for an inflated fee in the same window that Man City signed Erling Haaland for considerably less immediately put pressure on the Uruguayan forward. And while the Merseyside club arguably have a
Man City paid less for Haaland. Wait, so how much? If it was 67, how much was Haaland then? I thought his release clause was 75 million.
better hit rate than anyone else in the transfer market, there are already doubts over Nunez's ability to hold down the number 9 spot. Jurgen Klopp has called for patience, but by and large the English press never are with big money signings, even ones who scored 26 goals in just 24 league starts the season before. The narrative currently dominating the debate over his start to life in England is that while he offers a lot to Klopp's side physically, he doesn't have the technical ability to succeed in the Premier League. But is that just a load of reactionary nonsense, or does his signing represent...
He does. He does. He does. He does. He does. He does have technical ability. I mean, the guy wouldn't score 40 plus. The guy wouldn't score. He didn't have a 30 goal a season in all competitions last season. That would be fraud. You see, there are a lot of players who aren't technically gifted, but still succeed in the Premier League. So, oh wait, I don't quite see what these British people are saying. That no, he doesn't have the technical ability. There is no technical ability to be in the Premier League. You just have to be very lucky to be at a good team, which has an abundance of a team that provides abundantly, i.e. Manchester City, or you have to know how. You just need to know where the goal is and how to shoot. Look at Patson Daka, right, from Leicester. He's a good example because, you know, same brethren. He has no technical ability. I love you, Papa, but you have no technical ability. But yet, you're scoring every time you start. Well, every second time you start. And, man, you know, this has even reminded me of like, the sad news about Enoch Mwempu. I feel very, very, very sad, especially as a Zambian. I'm like, I saw the news in the morning. Yesterday in the morning, his statement. I almost cried. It was sad. It was sad, man. Yeah, I mean it's good that he isn't dead and like he didn't push on, but then I got a point from the Irish guy when he was talking about this. He's like, the guy has over 200 career games, and this heart condition is basically when the more you play, the more your heart is in danger. So this guy, he said to me, he transferred to three clubs, right? Two being European giants, I mean good European teams in Salzburg and Brighton. They couldn't pick this up on the medical. Like if they picked this up way early, he would be totally fine. There would be ways to fix. They'll probably find a way to fix it. And if he didn't get sick when you're coming here to Zambia, this is a scary thought. Like if he didn't get sick while coming here, dude, he would be dead. Because that's the only way they checked him. He was sick and he felt his chest was pain. He felt a chest pain. He would be dead. He would have a heart attack. And he would be dead, man. And then, like, he has like more than almost 200 games, and yet no team picked that up during the medicals. You managed. I mean, medicals before were taken as seriously as I take my career in financial shit. But like, now that I thought, you know, since in his first medical they found testicular cancer in Sebastian Haller when he had his first medical at the Borussia Dortmund. I mean, I thought, okay, now they'll be able to find such diseases on the medical, not just when you fall sick or when you feel something's weird. But they didn't do this with Wemple. I feel like this should now be an indicator that as much as club doctors are technically doctors, they should be more doctors, more professional doctors, more professional doctor second opinions. After the club doctors do their thing, they should at least take it to the get a second perspective, a second opinion from someone else to avoid such things, because sheesh. Anyway, so that was just I just had to say that as a Zambian.
It's a rare mistake for the Liverpool recruitment team. On today's FD Explained, we're going to take a look. Before we get stuck in, we must first acknowledge that we've seen very little of Darwin Núñez in the Premier League so far, partly due to the various postponements faced by English football in the early weeks of the campaign, and the 3-match suspension he received after headbutting Crystal Palace's Joachim Andersen. So any analysis of the Uruguayan's time in England so far is taken from a very small sample size. Nevertheless, we've already seen enough to know what Núñez can offer this Liverpool side, and how he contrasts with other forwards who have enjoyed success under Jurgen Klopp at Anfield. And so far, he has lagged behind in a few areas. Perhaps the most notable thing that critics of Núñez have picked up on has been his first touch, and this is already an aspect of his game where the eye test and statistics match up. The 23-year-old is currently miscontrolling the ball, i.e. giving it away due to a poor touch, 3.2 times per 90 minutes, more than anyone else in the Reds' forward line. Given he's almost exclusively operating centrally in and around the penalty area, the most congested area of the pitch when playing against sitting defences, rather than say Salah and Luis Diaz, who have more space to run into on the wing, he could be forgiven for this. But he is also on the ball far less than his teammates in the front line, averaging just 30 touches a match. When you consider Roberto Firmino, his main rival for the centre-forward position, takes almost twice the amount of touches, his wastefulness in possession becomes clear. Núñez loses the ball with 11% of his total touches, whereas Firmino does so with just 5% of his. What's more, the Uruguay...
I cannot compare these two. This is a very terrible comparison. Football Daily, this is a very terrible comparison. You do not compare these two. These two are completely two different players. It's like me comparing Haaland to Aguero. It's like me comparing Alan Shearer to Firmino. It's like me comparing Rashford to Ronaldo. Just because they play in that position, the same position, doesn't make them the same player. Núñez is a target man, whereas Firmino is a force 9. That's why he's got more touches per 90. If you look at any other centre forward other than Haaland, I feel like they have between 25 and 40 touches per 90, because you do not center forwards or strikers or target men do not touch the ball all the time. You know, look at Lukaku, right? Lukaku was laughed at for having 8 touches in a match. Ronaldo was laughed at for having 5 touches in a match before. Those are center forwards. Those touches are probably after he's received the ball and is planning to shoot. Those are his touches. You do not, as a center forward. I've been told this at academy I went to. I was training for a third tier team here in Zambia. I played striker and right back. So first I started off as right back, and then I sort of like I played. There's one time I played striker or target man. The time I played target man. I played target man. Dude, like, I was told to do. I was dropping back to receive the ball, have some touches. I was finding myself in midfield. I was basically looking like an attacking midfielder when I was playing that match. I was told I shouldn't do that. That I should just be up front and receive the ball. I was like, well, but I want to have touches in the game. I want to be more progressive with my football. I want to start and finish a chance, which is a good thing, but it wasn't for my role. My role was finishing, not starting. I should have let that. I was told I should leave that for my midfielders, my wingers. I shouldn't be dropping back, having touches. I shouldn't be taking on defender. I should just be there to finish. So, using that advice to these two are doing. Nunez is doing what I was told to do, and Firmino is doing what all false nines do. They have more touches in the game. They have more. They have more chance. They create chances. For me, so it's just like saying Firmino Nunez has 0 assists for Liverpool, whilst Firmino has 4 assists for Liverpool. What the fuck are you actually saying? Like, strikers don't have assists. That's one thing that should take into account. Strikers do not have assists. They're not there to give assists. They're there to score goals. That's why the top assister last season was a winger. That's why most of Liverpool's players who have assists are wingers, and Firmino, who's a false nine. That's why Man City's strikers never have assists. Like, if Haaland has got like, what, 2 assists, 3 assists, and he's got 20 goals in all competitions. I think the only time a striker has an assist is when his back is behind the goal. But that shouldn't be a thing, because strikers shouldn't have their backs against the goal. So like, I know I'm going to sound like I'm supporting him. I like Nunez or something. I like neither of them. I'm just telling you what I see from the. I'm one of those who watched this guy when he was at Benfica, his first season at Benfica. A lot of English people, especially pretty sure this guy as well from Football Daily, never watched any of his matches at Benfica, not even a highlight from his Benfica match. So like, they'll be like, oh, he's got this, but then I think this guy, he's got like, big man. No, he's not. His main point is to finish. At Benfica, his main point was to finish. In fact, he had worse touches at Benfica. There was a match where he just had 14 touches in the game, but he scored 2 goals. So whatever other things is going to put on these comparing these two, I've already debunked it. I've already dismissed it. I've already dismissed them. So I'm just gonna watch through this.
Unsuccessfully receives just 44% of passes that are aimed at him. For context, the squad member who fared worst in this metric last term was Diogo Jota on 63%. Newcastle's Chris Wood, who profiles
Chat. I need you, chat. I need you right now. Chat, I need you. What's he about to say about Chris Wood?
Similarly to Nunez in terms of where he operates and the amount of touches he takes, loses possession with just over 11% of his touches and successfully receives 55% of balls aimed at him. And Jurgen Klopp has, for obvious reasons, never made an approach for the former Burnley striker. Nunez may be playing